If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight. Sun Tzu said that, and I'd say he knows a little more about fighting than you do, pal, because he invented it. And then he perfected it so that no living man could best him in the Ring of Honor.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Brick Maker channel, and I am bringing you another video in a little bit of a faster, timely manner than the last one was. I decided to take my sweet perky little butt cheeks right back to my favourite Fallout game, Fallout New Vegas. Mainly because I wanted to take a small break from the more in-depth character runs that I've been doing on Fallout 4 and take it back to the city where the grass is green and the ants are pretty. Oh, won't you please take me home to New Vegas? Because yes, this time we're going back to a character run that's got a lot less character and a lot more fun. This will be answering the question, can you beat Fallout New Vegas as the soldier from TF2? Our story begins, as they all do, looking up at the old fan and putting in our name of soldier. I definitely try my best to make it look like what is under that helmet and pick, well, more or less focus stats on carrying a missile launcher all the time. For my perks, I put it into explosive, medicines and melee weapons because I'll be needing to use melee for the start of this game. And I go for skilled, the obvious one, and you know what, went for Luger's loophole because I know I'm not going to get past level 30, so something to allow me to use a bit more of the chems. After entering out into the world, I go grab a shovel from Chet and pick up a fully conditioned one by the Good Spring source as well. I suppose the soldier run is pretty self-explanatory, but I'll give you guys the rundown now. I can use shovels, I can use hunting shotguns, and I can use missile launchers. And I have to look like the character himself, so a somewhat simple run in its essence. Something that many of you might not know, if you want to pick up a missile launcher really early in the game, the first place you want to head to is right up to Black Mountain and into this room where Rhonda is. There is a missile launcher and some cheeky C4 packed behind his desk, and now I'm good to go off and get my nice little outfit. Our escape from Black Mountain is as normal, jump over the fence and start heading our way down without trying to break any of my legs. So far, I have no ammunition, which is obvious, but I now have my full outfit. Because the soldier more or less wears a soldier uniform with the somewhat coat looking a little bit like a skirt, this is as close as I'm going to get. I Indiana Jones my way right past the big old boulder and get my screen shaking in the meantime, and start making a beeline right towards New Vegas because I need to get myself equipped. For obvious reasons, I need to pick up ammunition as soon as possible, and one of the most guaranteed locations is heading straight over here. Unfortunately, he's not selling the cheap missiles, so I have to buy some of the more expensive modded ones, and I decided to go for high explosives because, well, you know, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. The last spot that we're heading to is Horowitz Farmstead to pick up my sidearm. That sidearm being the hunting shotgun, which this is one of the only real guaranteed locations that you can pick one up. I fire off the rest of my high explosive rounds straight at all the different raiders and decide that rapid reload will be my most important part because the missile launcher takes a sweet amount of time. Now I'm picking up as much different ammunition for a 12 gauge as I can, shove on a combat helmet, and boom. Look at me. This is probably one of the quickest character runs that it's already done to completion. Now it's just a case of getting myself through this game and completing it like the soldier would. And by that, it more or less means blowing up as much as I can and pulling out a shotgun for my close encounters or when I'm low on ammunition. The shovel, however, will just be for special kills, like Joe Cobb. I decided to help out the townspeople because I'm a good soldier.
Good soldiers follow orders.
And get one of my first big group blow-ups. I mean, that is just so satisfying. I finish off the last of the powder gangers and feel so confident I decide to take on Black Mountain all by myself so I can pick up this special missile launcher. I'll be quite honest, I very rarely use the missile launcher in games like this. The ammunition always seems so hard to, a bit pain in the ass to get, expensive to buy. So it's something I usually avoid. I'm not really a huge explosives person in the Fallout games, but using it here, I was pretty satisfied. I really enjoyed just the kind of satisfaction of a good shot and a good placed explosion can get you. Now, with Antibell on hand, I gotta go in here and, well, to be honest, crack the code. And once I broke myself into Old Fort Knox, well, there's no other real thing to do other than free Raoul. With Raoul out and free amongst the world. With Raoul free, I wipe out Tabitha, only losing a couple of my legs in the meantime. And make sure to grab the educated perk because, my god, it is just a necessary one. Next location for me is Camp McCarran because luckily I can walk straight through to the monorail without any issues thanks to my NCR uniform. I pop over to the Lucky 38 because, well, I'm going to get that platinum chip whether they like it or not. Make sure to grab the Demolition Expert for a little bit more kaboom. And, well, I start to do the kaboom. Finish off Betty with the hunting shotgun because I don't want to lose any more of my limbs being so close up to him. And initiate the great old quest so I can get my hands on, well, something nice and special.
Wow, you can teleport bread. That is big news.
I get a few bits on the Deathclaw battles because, I mean, what else are you supposed to do while you're all down here? I mean, I had money on the red one and I think mine won. My first quest is to head with the Vault 22, so since I'm with the NCR, I might as well get a few more NCR reps and experience for my troubles. Not to spoil too much of this quest to get Dinner Bell, I'm sure you guys know how to do it at this point, but doing this a couple times now for these challenge runs, I think the very first quest here, the Vault 22 one, is the hardest. Not because of the monsters or anything like that, not what you're fighting, not what you're facing, not what you're supposed to get, it's just this vault sucks so much. It's such a pain in the ass to get through. I get lost, the elevator's broken, I don't have high enough repair, I gotta run through a bunch of different things, gotta find a keycard, it's such a pain in the ass. So much so that my body ends up getting possessed and attacked. I mean, god, is there anything that's just worse than this?
Dear God.
There's more.
No.
Yep, there is more. There's spore plants, and because I accepted the Vault 22 quest by the NCR, I've also got to go save the ghoul. Because at this point I've already been able to grab the mantis eggs, but in for a penny, in for a pound, and, well, quite literally, because I swear I tried to close that door and, well, hanging on by a thread would be a very suitable assessment of myself right now. I decided to lie to Keely so I can give all the information back to the NCR because good soldiers do follow orders, and I get to hand in my eggs and get 200 caps for my trouble. Next stop on my roller coaster to achieve my, well, shotgun pleasure is to wipe out a bunch of rad scorpions by Goodsprings. Actually pretty simple, missile launcher makes pretty light work of them. I've already discovered this location on the map, so it actually didn't take me that long. I'm able to grab the eggs, only wasting about 3 or 4 missiles, and pick up the and stay back perk, so my shotgun gets a bit more powerful. My next location is to get the fire gecko eggs, and I might as well pass through Prim on my way there. Again, another great way to pick up some more extra XP for the NCR, and it's always great to see Deputy Beagle. Even now that I have living goddamn proof that he has 2 different souls possessing his body.
They say those robots on the strip are running around with different faces or something. Don't ask, because I don't know.
Well, that was quite an adventure. Breaking my...
Like, it's just so weird. Why does he have NPC voice and dialogue voice? Why is it different? What happened? This is like one of the first people you meet in the game. I mean, it wouldn't be a Fallout game without things like this. That's what gives it its charm, isn't it? The fact that Deputy Beagle is possessed by an angel or a demon or both. But let's talk about Supernatural, because I have now put Prim under the guise of the NCR. and head straight over to Nipton and get a pretty sweet missile kill on all the different Jackal members hanging up by the side. High velocity is definitely the most useful so far for me, just how quick it can blow up and there's not too much splash damage. And while I was choosing what type of missile to hit Oliver Swankett with, well, heavy explosives was the only real choice. I pop in to speak to Boxcar so I can ensure I can complete the Ranger Ghost quest for the Mojave Outpost, break the rest of his legs for his troubles, because I wanted to make sure I can get this really sweet kill on the dog boy. And speaking about what happens when the soldier encounters a large group of animals,
Then he used his fight money to buy 2 of every animal on Earth. And then he herded them onto a boat, and then he beat the crap out of every single one.
yeah, not even the big horners can survive the soldier in this playthrough. Despite me not needing to get their eggs, I chose to wipe them out anyway, just so I can warm myself up for the fire geckos. You get it? Warm myself up? They're fire... Anyway. I grab more of these egg patches or whatever the hell I'm gathering here, just to get rewarded by 2 caps, and I'm able to pick up Hit the Deck, a extremely useful perk for my feet. I get my 500 caps for travelling half of the goddamn map, and have to travel the rest of it and make my way over towards Bitter Springs. Because my next location is to grab the Night Stalker eggs, and yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be... It's a great quest for exploring the map, and it's a great reward, but my god, it is something else in terms of time taken. However, what did not take any amount of time was wiping out the legendary Night Stalker. With him taken out, my next location is to head right over and get Cazador eggs. Now this should be a bit more of a fight. On my way over to Red Rock Canyon, I have been tasked with taking out all the different fiends because it's a good source of NCR rep. And I'm going to need that rep if I want to complete certain quests later. Now the Pyro did try and hide under the map, so I wasn't able to get his head, but I got it anyway. I got this really nice snipe on Violet. I mean, boom. She hadn't even spawned in properly when that missile hit her. I wonder if you shoot the missile from really far away and the people haven't spawned in, will it hit them? I don't know, there's probably a Falloutnewvegas guy out there that's already checked that. And with one down and a second one gone, there's only one fiend left, and that is old Driver Nephi. And, well, don't bring a golf club to a missile launcher fight because there is only one outcome, and believe me, it isn't the Tiger Woods Club. I hand all those sweet heads straight over to Major Doherty, still pumping blood, and make my way over to the unholy hell that is the Cazadors.
Here, watch this. Oh, look, it hates me so much.
They are truly hell. They even somehow freeze me in place. I am in a fighting stance with my shotgun in hand. I don't know what happened in this playthrough. I got myself glitched in that. A hell of a lot. Maybe it's because I've been playing so much Fallout 4, I just haven't been noticing these glitches as much, but my god. Falloutnewvegas is a buggy mess, and I am not speaking about the Cazadors I just blew up. I mean, you wouldn't even be able to tell because could you notice anything on my map? With that, I pick up splash damage just to make myself even more powerful, and finally pick up those Cazador eggs. Well, there's only one thing left to do.
So we're fine, as long as nobody teleports any bread.
Question.
What's your question, soldier?
I teleported bread.
What?
You told me to.
How much?
I have done nothing but teleport bread for 3 days.
There, have you been sending it?
No, it is not teleporting bread, it is invading Quarry Junction. Well, it was between this and Deadwind Cavern, and missile launcher in enclosed spaces might not be the best setup. However, there is a certain charm and a certain amount of fun to the pain of attacking the Death Claws. In the past, I have used many different methods to get myself into Quarry Junction. I've tried sneaking, I've tried stealth boys, I've tried turbo. But coming in with a missile launcher, there is just a certain level of peace and purity. Just like teleporting goddamn bread. It's about walking in, firing as many rockets as I can until everything else is gone. And if I get blown up in the process, well, I just respawn back at Red Base and try again. And my persistence pays off as I'm able to go in there and pick up my Deathclaw eggs and get myself a light machine gun in the process. Maybe I'll do other TF2 characters one day. I don't know. But the one thing I do know is that I get back to speak to Red Lucy and I am awarded the dinner bell. And not just that, I am awarded something else. Something that, well, I mean, I think the soldier would just have. Whoa. Jesus Christ, what are you doing here? That is just rude. That is just off-putting. I will take my business elsewhere. And elsewhere the soldier did go, because I'm going to go meet my adopted cousins over at the Boomers. Because these people, the Boomers, they're just like me. They carry missile launchers, they blow up things first, ask questions later, and in a weird way, I feel like we could be friends. Nay, we could be family. Because what says family more than asking Pete just some... What else? What else could the soldier want?
You did not read mine.
Does it say you want the bucket?
Yes.
With the bucket, I mean Boomers. Loyalty is surely acquired. I've only got one task left, and that is to, well, send myself right back into Cazador country. Yes, I have not got any locations marked near Lake Mead, so I have to come in through the Bitter Springs way. Which, well, you know, it results in a few legs blown off, but with a little bit more calm and collectiveness and fuck. Yeah, I ain't got the firepower for that. Nope, right into the water. Wow, the soldier takes to the water like a duck to, like a duck to water. I attach the ballasts, get a nice little bit of distance between me and the lake lurks, and start firing off to wipe them out. I somehow get them to freeze like they're in some sort of thriller music video. I mean, I blow them up again, but it's only until I get close that they decide to fall. And I resurrect the old bomber right to the surface. I mean, god damn it, isn't it beautiful? I give Loyal his detonator back, and I have the full support of all the Boomers here. Now, I did that the diplomatic way, because we have kindred spirits. One thing that I did not have anything related to is the scout wannabe boys. Yeah, there's no way that the king is going to be able to get his way out of this one, and there's no way the soldier's got time to play diplomat. Nope, the only thing to achieve here is to walk in and blow the king straight to hell. And oh boy, I wonder how much bread they have. With the last groupie's head blown off and she's still able to talk to me somehow, I finish off the last of the kings outside, get myself hated by Freeside for my troubles, and head over to Ambassador Crocker and let him know of all the good work I've been doing. He's not too happy about the way I solved the things, but you know what will make him happy? If I wipe out the Great Khans the exact same way. I mean, if you can't help him in one way, I mean, just keep trying it over and over again. I mean, eventually people will love me for my missile launcher, right? Right? I mean, these guys won't, but Ambassador Crocker will eventually love me, won't he? Well, I don't need his love. I'm heading straight over to the Hoover Dam, and I'm going to get love from Colonel Cassandra Moore. And now she has sent me off to... Well, there ain't no diplomacy. Diplomacy is an option at this point. I can solve every single next problem with the weapons on my back. And the weapons on my back, well... yeah. But like I said, try once, try again. Eventually, I'll be able to blow my way through all these men. Wait, what? Jerry the Punk doesn't even get a chance to spawn in properly, just like Violet did earlier. And I'm able to blow up his shadow. Jack and Diane don't seem to fare much better. But one group that did fare better was the Secret Brotherhood of Steel guys that were just hiding in the goddamn dark. Second attempt, and I am a little bit more well prepared, and I'm able to get off a couple of just regular missiles and wipe them all out at the front door. The issues that the Brotherhood have is that they always have a wall behind them. And if they have a wall behind them, I have a target to hit for splash damage. Yep, I did think going down into the bunker would be somewhat difficult with such a, well, explosive weapon, but actually, I don't even have to be able to see the enemy, I just need to know that they're in that general direction. And the more and more I fire down a hallway, well, eventually all my problems will just cease to exist. I mean, I will have less legs and less arms and constant crippling limbs, but hey, that's what doctor bags are for. That is what the medic is for, that is his job. And to be honest, at this point, using regular missiles and the HIV missiles, the hive missiles, whatever they're called, actually don't do that much splash damage, so I can somewhat survive it. There was only one way to end this one, and that is with the biggest explosion possible, by completely destroying and sinking that bunker to the ground. Well, I liked it so much I might as well do it again, so I head straight over to the Omertas and, well, there was no chance I was hiring over beautiful Annabelle to them. So I find a corner, stand back and just let the missiles start flying. And yeah, to be honest, there's not much to say about this other than I point, I open door, I shoot through door, I wait, I lose a lot of my own health, I revive myself with some stim packs, throw a doctor bags on, and well, rinse and repeat. Only pulling out the shotgun just to clean up the last little bits of the mess. And yeah, the dinner bell, yeah, it's a weapon I haven't got to use too much due to the quest required to do it, but you know, it's pretty good. It's just a better hunting shotgun, so it's obviously going to do very well. Next spot is to take up Mr. House. And a good piece for advice for anyone doing NCR quest lines, doing challenge runs or speed runs, you don't have to go speak back to Cassandra. You can just do all the different explosions and make your way back later on. With the house gone bust, it's time to do one of the only other quests in this game that felt appropriate for the soldier. Yes, that involves heading myself right back over to Camp McCarran because we are now all best friends, and speak to Colonel James Hugh because, well, he's got a problem with NCR intelligence being leaked.
Intruder alert! Red spies in the base.
Red spies in the base?
Yes, there is a red spy in the base, and I have to figure out who it is. I speak to Captain Ronald Curtis and get a little bit of information, and for the first time in any other playthrough, I've been caught outside. I didn't even know he could catch you. I head back in to make sure I get the key from Carrie Boyd, and it's here where I think I may have made a mistake. Once I enter, I'm not kneeling. I've also previously been caught as well. So something that I'd never seen happens here. He attacks me without any sort of conversation, which I thought maybe, I don't know, my weapon was out, maybe he just attacked. But when I go over to the monorail, there's nothing to defuse, so I head back to the Colonel and tell him what happened. And it's here, again, like I said before, I've only ever seen this in a couple playthroughs, not the way I did it, but unfortunately the monorail exploded, which means...
Y'all know what this means, right?
We cannot teleport bread anymore!
Whoa, whoa!
Yep, we can't teleport soldiers anymore. I mean bread. Wait, I mean soldiers. Anyway, back to Colonel Moore. We tell her a bunch of random crap about the things that we blew up. And she decides to reward us by protecting the president. So, yeah, that seems like a suitable reward for a maniac with a missile launcher. We speak to One Eye Willie. After we have a nice little nap with One Eye Willie, we hang around and get told to go out there and check for anything suspicious. The only thing suspicious here is the fact that this ranger still has good depth perception with one eye, and I decide to take the sniper point with my shotgun. Like I said, the soldier doesn't have that high of intelligence, but enough to be able to save the president. I mean, point shotgun, blow sniper up, it's pretty simple. We double check that he doesn't get blown up by the artillery or any sort of C4, which luckily he doesn't, and we let the colonel know that he is safe. Meaning there's only one thing left, and that's to head into the end game. We meet up with the general, and we finally encounter some more legionaries, which we really haven't fought much of other than Vulpes in this playthrough. And to be honest, the NCR aren't safe either. No, I don't believe anyone around here will be safe from any of my high explosive missiles. And you want to know who the least safe person is? It's probably goddamn me. But legs gone and all, I still blow my way through all the legionaries. Wait, did I mean to say that? And pump a few of them as well. Pump shot. I used a pump shotgun. Wait. I eventually reach the end of the inside of this dam and actually get pretty much ambushed by a group of legionaries as well on the way out. And now with the open space and walls behind them, the legionaries have no safety. I mean, like a bat out of hell, I am walking through the fire like hell and brimstone behind me. And at this point I don't even see the Legion soldiers before I blow them up. I eventually reach the Legate's gate and blow up a poor little dog in the process. And since I've entered in, I decided to get a little bit close up and personal and use a bit more of my shotgun. I mean, it's been neglected a little bit in this playthrough, I must admit. And unfortunately it's going straight back into the discard pile, so I can make sure I blow up everything I can. Not even the Legion mongrels are safe. I watched the NCR Rangers give it just their damn best attempt. And with the Legate standing still, I mean, there's no point in letting him get his first shot in. And with 2 rockets in, I have been able to save all of the NCR.
Good news! We're not dying. We are going to live forever.
Yes, the NCR will live forever, despite what the Fallout Season 1 show said. By the way, I still love that show. That wasn't me taking a shot. I just, I wish there was a bit more NCR presence. But with that, I have got to the final conversation with General Lee. Let him know that I'm going to head off. Pick up the atomic perk for the way out because it feels a little bit fitting. Ending the game, answering yes, you can indeed beat Falloutnewvegas as the soldier from TF2. Ah, that was nice. That was a nice, simple, great run. A lot of fun. The Falloutnewvegas ones are always a lot of fun. And hopefully a nice, fun, entertaining video for you guys. I really am disappointed that I had such a long break in between the last two. So I'm glad this one's hitting you a lot earlier. And I hope you guys really did enjoy it. And I hope you guys had fun. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let me know any challenges you want me to try. I am planning to do another big Fallout 4 video, so maybe I'll start working on that as soon as possible and maybe put in another Falloutnewvegas one in the meantime to make sure the content's still coming. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.